Hi there, it's June 30th, the last day of June. Time for Proverbs 30. Let's jump over there and we'll do Proverbs 30. Now, these are words of Agur, son of Jacob, the oracle. He was talking, it's thought maybe he might have been talking to some students or something. They're not sure who these people are. But what he says here is so profound, it's amazing. Okay, we'll begin. The words of Agur, the son of Jacob, the oracle. The man declares to Ithiel and Ukal, surely I am more stupid than any man, and I do not have the understanding of a man, neither have I learned wisdom, nor do I have knowledge of the Holy One. Okay, now this right here. He was a very wise and very learned man, but the wisest people realize that the more they learn, the less they actually know. Okay, it's like life and the world can be a huge tome and book, and you can spend your whole life learning everything you can about the world, and have learned one page, and there's a million pages that you don't know. So, yeah, the more you learn, the less you realize that you actually know. Okay? But don't ever stop learning anyways. All right? And that's why he's saying, surely I'm more stupid than any man. I do not have understanding of man, nor have I learned wisdom. All right? Being wise is realizing that you're not wise. According to this guy. Okay. Nor do I have knowledge of the Holy One. This is important. Who has ascended into heaven and descended? Who has gathered the wind in his fist? Who has wrapped the waters in his garment? Who has established all the ends of the earth? What is his name? Or his son's name? Got that? Or his son's name. He's talking about Jesus. Thousands of years before Jesus ever came on the scene. Okay? They knew about him even back then. Interesting, huh? How that stuff comes up. Okay, verse 5. Every word of God is tested. He is a shield to those who take refuge in him. Do not add to his words, or he will reprove you, and you will be proved a liar. Okay? Lots of people adding words to the Bible. Most of the newer, if you're going to read a Bible, get an analog print Bible that was printed last century, before 2000. There's very few exceptions, with one exception, I think, being the Christian Standard Bible, which is a newer translation into American language, but it's absolutely precise. Okay, the other ones, they've added words. They're making them gender neutral. Okay, and you see everything that's happening to the world right now by celebrating types of people that should not be celebrated. They're doing that to the Bible. These people are doing that to the Bible, and the newer translations, they're not reliable. They're not the stuff you want to read. You want to read the older translations before all this woke nonsense came out. Okay, and there's still plenty of them out there. Okay, this one right here, this is the New American Standard, printed in 1995. Okay, and I have New American Standards going back as far as like 1982 and stuff. But yeah, scary times. Okay, verse 7. 2 things I ask of you, do not refuse me before I die. Okay, keep deception and lies from me. Give me neither poverty or riches. I love this. I like this part. Everybody should ask for these 2 things. Keep deception and lies far from me. Give me neither poverty nor riches. Feed me with food that is my portion. Give us this day our daily bread, right? That I may not be full and deny you and say, who is the Lord? Or that I may not be in want and steal and profane the name of my God. Okay? No poverty nor riches. You want just enough. Okay? Just enough. Because if you get too much, food or money, you deny God and say, I don't need you. Okay? And if you don't get enough, you know, if you're starving, then you steal, profane the name of my God. So, important step, you want to have just enough. Okay? Okay, 10. Do not slander a slave to his master, or he will curse you, and you will be found guilty. 11. There is a kind of man who curses his father and does not bless his mother. Yeah. There's plenty of those out there. They're protesting right now. There's a kind who is pure in his own eyes, yet is not washed from his filthiness. Right. Full of themselves. Think they're all that. There's a kind, oh how lofty his eyes are his eyes, and his eyelids are raised in arrogance. People that do this and look down on you, nobody likes those kind of people, okay? Yeah, there is a kind of man whose teeth are like swords and his jaw are like knives, to devour the afflicted from the earth and the needy from among men. Well, what's that say over here? I have a looking at my parallel Bible over here. Yeah, it says basically there's a people who take advantage of the needy people, slumlords, you know thing. Okay. The leech has 2 daughters, give and give. The leech. There are 3 things that will not be established, 4 that will not say enough. Okay? Never be finished, okay? Sheol, that's hell. It'll never be full. And the barren womb will never be full. The earth that is never satisfied with water. And fire that never says enough. Now, that's true. You have to keep feeding a fire, okay? It's never, okay, I'm done. Okay? If you stop feeding the fire, it goes out. True statement. The eye that mocks a father and scorns a mother, the ravens of the valley will pick it out, and the young eagles will eat it. You got that? They're very serious about honoring your father and mother. You know, God was serious about it. It was one of the number 5, okay, in the top 10. Okay, 3 things which are too wonderful for me, 4 which I do not understand. The way of an eagle in the sky, right? The way of a serpent on a rock. Right? He has no legs, but he still moves. The way of a ship in the middle of the sea. And the way of a man with a mate. Or the way men act around young, pretty girls is something you never understand. Okay? Just watch any young guy around a pretty girl and he turns into some totally different person. Usually some kind of bumbling fool or something, right? Okay, 20. This is the way of an adulterous woman. She eats and wipes her mouth and says, I've done nothing wrong. I wouldn't know. Okay, 21. Under 3 things, the earth quakes. Under 4, it cannot bear up. Under a slave when he becomes king. And a fool when he is satisfied with food. Under an unloved woman when she gets a husband, and a maidservant when she supplants her mistress. Interesting. Interesting, huh? 4 things are small on the earth, but they are exceedingly wise. I like this one. The ants are not a strong people, but they prepare their food in the summer. Chefing them, that's a new one. Small shy furry animals found in Peninsula of Sinai, Israel. Yeah, hyrax is what most people call these, which is a small furry animal, tiny thing. And they make their houses in the rocks, and they're very small. And I like this one. The locusts have no king, yet all of them go out in ranks. Right? They're all together on one accord, and they have no leader. Amazing, huh? And the lizard, you may grasp it with the hands, yet it's in the king's palaces. Right? You can catch a lizard, but they're still in the house. Okay, here's more 3 no 4. 3 things which are stately in their march, and 4 which are stately when they walk. Right? The lion which is mighty among beasts and does not retreat before any. Okay? The strutting rooster. The male goat. Right? And a king when his army is with him. Right? When your gang's behind you, you walk proudly, right? 32. If you have been foolish in exalting yourself, or if you have plotted evil, put your hand on your mouth. Right? If you're shooting your mouth off, shut up. Right? For the churning of milk produces butter, and pressing the nose brings blood forth. So the turning of anger produces strife. Right? Somebody's going to punch you. Okay? If you keep shooting your mouth off, somebody's going to punch you. It's just that simple. Right? Okay, let's see what we highlighted here. This one, which is very profound, okay? And Agar was a student of Solomon, who was very wise in himself, okay? But he says, surely I am more stupid than any man, and do not have the understanding of a man. Neither have I learned wisdom, nor do I have the knowledge of the Holy One. Okay? He did. He was a very wise person, but you realize, if you're truly wise, you realize that all the stuff you know isn't even a hair on the head of all the stuff you can learn. Okay? You never know no one can ever know everything. Okay? And the amount of stuff you do know does not compare to the stuff you don't know. Okay? You can only keep learning all your life. Okay? And then he talks about God, right? Who has ascended into heaven and descended, who has gathered the wind in his fist, who has wrapped the waters in his garment, who has established all the ends of the earth. What is his name, or his son's name? Surely you know. Okay? God's name or his son's name. I like that. Just because this was written thousands of years before Jesus, they knew about him. Okay? And 5 and 6, every word of God is tested. He's a shield to those who take refuge in him. Do not add to his words, or he will reprove you, and you will be proved a liar. Okay? Now this is his word. Okay? People add to it all the time. Take stuff out of context. They start whole new religions and stuff by taking pieces out of context and adding words to it. And the newer printed Bibles, they're adding words and taking words out and changing words. Okay? Okay. Just a point of reference, the only thing in the Bible that we're referred to with pronouns, they, them, are demons. Okay? Demons. Legion, they, them. Okay. Secret to life right here, 8 and 9. Keep deception and lies far from me. Give me neither poverty nor riches. Feed me with just enough food that is my portion. Not too much, not too little. That I may not be full or rich and deny you and say, who is the Lord? Or that I may not be in want. Which means poor, broke, forced to steal just to eat and profane the name of my God. Okay? Just enough. Okay? And we highlighted 14. There is a kind of man whose teeth are like swords and his jaw are like knives, to devour the afflicted from the earth and the needy from among men. What is this? A generation of man. Okay? Makes more sense when you say there's a generation of man whose teeth are like swords and jaws are like knives, to devour the afflicted from the earth and the needy from among men. Okay? There is a generation that just takes advantage, complains about everything. They want everything for free. They don't want to work. Terrible. Yeah, we highlighted this. The way of a man with a pretty girl no one understands. And there you have it. That's Proverbs 30. Okay. And we'll do Proverbs 31 later, because there is no 31st day in this month, but we'll do that. But that's the words of King Lemuel's mother in a very old acrostic poem about wives in general. Not about one wife, about wives. It was an old poem. Acrostic, meaning it's written by the ABCs. Each stanza uses a successive letter of the Greek alphabet in order, but it loses the whole thing in translation. So, but we'll do that later on. And we're doing our Through the Bible in a Year. And we may start another study today, I'm not sure. But we'll see. But until later, stay humble. See ya.